it's time for Mega Man. Since the mid-1990s, the series has been something I've dabbled in and out of, either out of sheer curiosity or because of good word of mouth. This guy's been under my radar for some time now, so now is the perfect opportunity to finally give him some attention in the spotlight. Many of you have guessed correctly that Mega Man will be the focus of the next marathon, but I wasn't exactly clear on what series of Mega Man games I'll be looking at. There's so many of them. Classic, X, Legend, Zero, ZX, Battle Network, Star Force. I certainly have my work cut out for me in due time, but for this marathon, we're going to be looking at the one that started it all, the Classic series. All 10 entries, including the Wily Wars and Mega Man and Base. I'm now counting titles such as Mega Man Soccer or Power Fighters or Battle and Chase. I'm strictly sticking to the formula that Mega Man is well known for, running and gunning. I also won't be covering the handheld Game Boy titles. One day, but not now. So we have over 12 games to look at for this marathon, but not every single game will be getting their own separate review for reasons I'll get into as we move along. Without further ado though, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mega Man Marathon. First off, yes, this box art is awful, but it's hilariously awful to me. I mean, I understand the original illustrator was under a very strict time limit to create this for American audiences, but this just has so many definitions of wrong to it that I can't help but laugh. I also don't think the original Japanese box art or European box art is much better. The Japanese cover doesn't really tell me anything about the game, while the European cover looks like it features someone cosplaying as Mega Man. This whole box art fiasco is going to be a continuing trend as we move along the series, so let's not spend any more time on it here. In the mid-1980s, developer Capcom wanted to expand their library of titles for the home console market, especially now that video games were once again becoming popular again thanks to the likes of the Nintendo Entertainment System. A group of 6 people were hired to create a new intellectual property that would cater specifically to the Japanese market. Among the 6 people were Akira Kitamura and Keiji Inafune, the two that co-created the original design of Mega Man himself. You may have noticed that I only have a photo of Keiji Inafune. Well, I for the life of me cannot find a picture of Akira Kitamura. You'd think that the original designer of Mega Man would be easy to spot, but it's almost like this guy is a phantom. Anyway, along with the assistance of, and I apologize if I butcher any of these names, Nobuyuki Matsushima, Yasuaki Kishimoto, Naowa Tomita, and a soundtrack composed by Manami Matsume, Mega Man was born. I mean, Rockman. That's what he's called in Japan. The name was changed to Mega Man internationally because apparently Capcom senior vice president at the time thought that Rockman was a stupid name. I'm fine with either to be honest, but I shall continue to refer to him as Mega Man for this marathon. Mega Man for years would be the definitive face of Capcom. Nowadays it's not exactly the same, to put it lightly, but for a long time you couldn't think of Capcom without thinking of Mega Man. I haven't played some of these titles in years, and some of them I'm fully playing for the first time. How well will they hold up? We're going to find out throughout this marathon, folks. So what is the tale of the Mega Man? Like many games of its age, it's all located in the manual. The game itself has no backstory whatsoever, so allow me to summarize thanks to the internet. In the year 2000, there exist 2 scientists, Dr. Thomas Light and Dr. Albert Wily. The two attended the same university together and both specialized in similar studies. Dr. Light pioneered robots that were able to communicate and understand things on a near-human level, as well as assist the human world with their advanced systems. Among them was Rock and Roll, 2 very peaceful robots created specifically to be Dr. Light's lab assistants. Yes, the names Rock and Roll were intentional music motifs. We'll be saying more of that, trust me. Anyway, with these revolutionary inventions of his, Dr. Light gained much recognition in the field of science, causing his colleague, Dr. Wily, to become jealous. So jealous that he decided to hijack 6 of Dr. Light's creations and use them to begin taking over the world. Jesus, what a drama queen. Rock, containing a strong sense of justice, volunteers to be converted into a battle robot capable of not only rescuing Dr. Light's creations, but stopping Dr. Wily in the process. I'm assuming Roll is perfectly fine with waiting at home and drinking hot cocoa. And thus, after a quick conversion, Rock became Mega Man, champion of justice. Now get your metallic ass out there and start shooting shit up. Now this didn't all come from the American manual. In fact, the US manual not only gets Dr. Light's name wrong, but also mentions something about Monsteropolis and other shit that doesn't mean a goddamn thing in the long run. Dr. Wily's evil empire leaders, consisting of Bomb Man, Guts Man, Cut Man, Elect Man, Ice Man, Fireman, Dr. Wily, Dr. Light, and Mega Man. Oh, the 80s. I may have been born very late into them, but I sure like poking fun at it. Alright then, enough of the story, time for the game itself. For a majority of these titles, I'll be looking at the virtual console releases on the Nintendo Wii whenever applicable. Like many games of its time, it's a 2D side-scrolling action-packed title. Mega Man is capable of 2 things, jumping and shooting. That's it. Completing the game is all whether or not you can jump and shoot like nobody's business, defeat the 6 robot masters, and finally Dr. Wily himself. As the game starts up, you're free to choose any stage in any order you want. Believe it or not, this was considered very innovative at the time, seeing as games back in those days were often very linear in terms of how you progress through it. Having the option to choose your style of progression meant multiple ways of reaching Dr. Wily himself and thus increased replayability. Each Robot Master, what does that mean by the way, offers a unique stage pack with its own challenges that Mega Man must jump and shoot through to complete. Let me just get the brass tacks here and say this game is fucking hard. I don't think it's as hard as say Castlevania 1 or 3, but it comes pretty damn close at times, people. Patience and observation is the key to victory here. I would not recommend bum rushing away through obstacles because I'm telling you it's a surefire way of ending up in a bottomless pit or a set of spikes which instantly kills Mega Man. Every stage contains many things that want Mega Man dead, and in a game like this, you're gonna need a good set of reflexes to get past them all without damaging yourself too badly. The game also has its share of archaic design quirks which always does a fine job of making me lose my cool at times. Knockback? Check. Enemies that really hurt that are somewhat hard to dodge? Check. Situations where I swear it's impossible to avoid getting hit? This game has it all. But most annoyingly to me is Mega Man's rather stiff control. Now I only mean that when Mega Man starts moving and when it comes to stopping. Either this guy packs a lot of momentum when he's on the move, or he's got ice underneath his mega feet. Jumping usually does a good job cancelling the momentum, but when it comes to bouncing on tiny platforms or timing tricky jumps, don't be too shocked when you find yourself skyrocketing towards death. No, seriously, did you see how fucking fast he fell down there? I also find it a bit annoying when you collect health or weapon ammo for your power-ups because the game momentarily pauses when you pick them up, and yeah, that's what I was getting at. That traction, man, it can be a real— what the fuck? Easy. Easy. There we go. Thankfully, like a lot of other franchises I enjoy that had their beginnings in the 80s, I find the graphics and the music to be pretty enjoyable. Thanks to Mega Man's blue palette, he always sticks out and is easy to keep an eye on amidst all the mechanical and natural settings you'll run across through your playthrough. I don't like the entire soundtrack per se, but themes like Elecman's, Cutman's, and Wily Fortress 1 are always tunes I look forward to, as well as the victory theme that plays when you defeat a boss. I like stuff like that, makes you feel like you achieved something. Unlike other famous gunmen on the NES, Mega Man can only shoot in one direction, directly in front of him. Why? I have no fucking clue. But then again, it's not like it would help that much. Most enemies in this game are designed to be taken down with a well-aimed horizontal blast, it's just a matter of how good of a shot you are. Still, it's not something I completely understand to this day. Maybe he's out of shape, has rusted joints or something? But a little pea shooter isn't all what Mega Man is capable of using. When you defeat a Robot Master, you gain access to their power to use at your disposal as long as you have enough ammo for it. This can range from an attack that allows you to grab certain blocks to clear a path or destroy multiple bad guys at once, to an ice attack that also freezes certain enemies and hazards. They're not all useful though. I never use Bomb Man's weapon unless it's against Guts Man, and I only use the Rolling Cutter when I need to take care of these proximity robots that can't be destroyed with your Lemon Shooter. I love Elecman's weapon though. This attack is amazing. It has great range, magnificent power, and it shoots in 3 directions. Oh, I guess Mega Man is capable of firing in other directions. I guess he just chooses not to with weapons that aren't the Elect Beam. Utilizing your special weapon is also the key to defeating Robot Masters with ease. While all of them can be taken down with your Mega Buster, they all have a weakness to a specific weapon. Nothing in the game really tells you about that, but it's something I'm sure you'll notice the moment you begin experimenting with your different tools. Honestly, I think the 2 hardest Robot Masters in this game is Elecman and Fireman. Elecman because his Elect Beam packs a fucking punch, and Fireman because his firing pattern is horribly erratic. However, fighting Robot Masters usually isn't the hardest part of the stage, it's the matter of getting to the Robot Master itself without losing all of your health and lives. The only way Mega Man can repair damage is by collecting health capsules that enemies can possibly drop at times, or by finding them on the floor at certain points of the stage. Each stage does contain checkpoints to keep you on the move, but if you lose all of your lives, you have to start the stage from the very beginning again. Look, I find that annoying, but I'm at least glad it's not one of those games that boot you back to the fucking title screen upon losing all your lives. I can't stand when games do that shit. Still, you gotta be careful or you won't get anywhere. I don't find anything in the 6 stages to be terribly challenging, but some have obstacles that I swear were designed to aggravate the shit out of you. Iceman has these disappearing blocks that you need to jump on the correct times to progress. Assuming you don't use the Magnet Beam item, you can find the Elecman stage after getting Gutsman's weapon. Fucking love this thing. Fuck you, disappearing blocks. Fuck you, Pogo Bot. Fuck you, Bomb. The shit really doesn't hit the fan until all 6 Robot Masters are defeated, where we can finally begin to tackle Dr. Wily's fortress. It's pretty much a gauntlet of challenges you face throughout your adventures, but in addition to having to tackle reconstructed Robot Masters and obstacles that require careful timing and reflexes, we got the bosses of this place. Fucking Yellow Devil! Or Rock Monster, depending on your translation. Oh, I hate this asshole so much! He's the first boss you encounter in the Wily Fortress, and his pattern is so fucking difficult to time just right. I can never beat this fucker without using the Elect Beam in conjunction with the pause trick, allowing you to score multiple hits on the goddamn thing. Yeah, I know I'm considered a wimp for even thinking about using this strategy in the first place, but let's just say this isn't going to be the only time I'm going to be running into this asshole, and that this is the only time I can get away with doing something like this. Believe me. The rest of the Wily Fortress is pretty simple by comparison. Defeating the Robot Masters again isn't so bad because you have the proper special weapons to deal with them all, and while I find the battles with the Mega Clone and this thing a bit annoying, nothing compares to the Yellow Devil. Nope, not even Dr. Wily himself, who hurts, but is much easier to avoid than this fucking jerk. With the proper use of the Elect Beam and Rolling Cutter, Dr. Wily soon crashes and burns with Mega Man. I don't know, actually. We see Dr. Wily claim he's not worthy to Mega Man, and then we just cut to the credits, where we see Mega Man run back home. What, did Mega Man just, "Hey! Cut that shit out! Okay, bye, tee!" Well, regardless of such, peace has been restored, and Mega Man, or Rock I should say, can go back to a life of peace with Dr. Light and his companion, Roll. Who am I kidding? We still have 11 games to look at. Actually, before we end this, let's take a look at the enhanced remake on the PlayStation Portable, Mega Man Powered Up. Now, the method I used to record PSP games unfortunately caused some slowdown to occur when I began capturing footage. The software I use is called Remote Joy Lite, and it's the same program I used to capture footage from my Final Fantasy IV Let's Play back at my Let's Play channel. The game itself is supposed to run at a smooth 60 frames per second, but I'm guessing it was too graphic intensive for Remote Joy Lite to handle, hence the slowdown. If anyone knows of a solution to this, please, I'd love to hear it. Released in 2006, Mega Man Powered Up featured enhanced graphics, presentation, music, the works. You can choose between two styles, new and old, with the latter being just like the NES original with updated graphics and such. New style incorporates a fleshed out story, character personalities, as well as voice acting, which I can generally get down with. The revamped art style may not be everyone's cup of tea, but I think it works considering the type of world Mega Man lives in. In addition to enhanced presentation, New Style also brings in new level layouts, as well as 2 more Robot Masters, Time Man, and the possibly racially insensitive Oil Man. You also have the option of choosing a difficulty setting this time around, though I find the New Style to be a tad easier than Old Style to begin with, so if the Old Style was too much for you, you should probably give New Style a shot. Yellow Devil is still a pain in the dick though, and now he speaks in the ancient language of Boomo. Shut up! Shut up! There's also a considerable amount of things to do and unlock in this game too, besides playing the main story. If you manage to defeat a Robot Master with nothing but the Mega Buster, you can actually play as that Robot Master, equipped with its own unique abilities, which offers new ways of completing stages. You can even create your own levels with a level editor, which you can expand by collecting toolsets located in different stages, or by downloading them from Capcom servers. Mega Man Powered Up also contains Challenge Mode, giving Mega Man, along with the Robot Masters, different challenges to complete. You can also unlock Roll as a playable character, but she's someone you need to download utilizing the PSP's Wi-Fi feature. She also has a fuckload of costumes to choose from, which you also need to download in order to use. She smacks the shit out of enemies with a broomstick, which makes some encounters a little more challenging to deal with, but it's also pretty funny to look at. Really, the biggest problem Mega Man Powered Up suffers from is that it's on the PSP to begin with. Not to put it down or anything, I do own one after all, but the PSP suffered greatly from a lack of quality titles, assuming you weren't into the RPG genre. This is a title I seriously think needs a re-release on the PlayStation Network or something, I don't know. To me, this is the definitive version of Mega Man 1, and I think fans of this style of gameplay should show it some love. This version of the game offers so much more than the original on the NES, and it's a shame that it's on a handheld that a majority of gamers don't care about. Mega Man on the NES was critically praised when it was first released, but it ended up not selling many copies. Honestly, I couldn't tell you why. Maybe it was because the game only took 2 hours to beat, or maybe the game was too hard for some and it got a bad word of mouth as a result. Perhaps it wasn't seen as that innovative, I don't know, but this wouldn't spell the end of the series, as you can no doubt tell by the many games we have left to look at. Mega Man laid the foundation of many elements the series will continue to follow and improve upon, but the game as a whole is rather bare. It's a good challenge for those looking for it, but I don't think it offers much besides that. Now, usually when a game doesn't sell many copies, it's often deemed not worthy enough to produce a sequel for. Well, nowadays it's like that. I'm not exactly sure how game development worked back in the 1980s. And even though Mega Man 1 didn't sell many copies, Capcom still felt the need to produce a sequel for it 1 year later. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, the next time we meet, I'll see you guys with Mega Man 2 on the NES. I'll see you guys later. I also find it a bit annoying when you collect health or whammo.